welcome. It's Howard from Bali Beginnings, and I'm here with Kate, who is going to share a little bit about her experience. So, what have you... Let's start with a tough question.
Okay, Howard, I'm ready.
What has been the most challenging thing you've had to do while you're here? Don't feel you need to share anything, overshare anything, actually.
That's a really interesting question, Howard, and I struggle to answer that because I don't feel like I have struggled with anything since I've been here. I feel like I've been in a, came out of a really, really bad alcohol-induced, reached rock bottom. Some of us need to get there before we actually seek help. And since I think we probably all do. So since I've been here, Howard, I literally don't feel there is any thing that I've faced. I think I have won lotto across the board because there are 4 other clients here. We're all very close and we all support each other. I absolutely love all the education we're getting, and I think that's the point, isn't it? That we're learning how to deal with our addiction and to hopefully, stay sober, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I probably answered a few questions, Howard. I'm pretty good at this.
That's all good. That's all good. Well, maybe we need to swap.
Swap places. Yeah, we'll interview Howard in a minute. Yeah.
What is the best? What would you say is the best bit about coming here so far?
Oh, just everything. The support. I love the fact that I've never been into rehab, and I'm loving how this rehab looks. I'm loving the daily education, the group therapy, the individual therapy. I'm loving AA. I'm really looking forward to getting home and getting really into that. As a saying in Australia, you found your mob or you found your tribe, and I'm lucky to have a lot of friends who aren't alcoholics, but that doesn't matter. They can still be my friends. But I need that connection with people who are, and who we sort of understand each other. So the best thing about being here, I just love everybody who's here. I think a big thing, and I was asking you before, Howard, is this: do all rehab, facilities or places or clinics or whatever we'd like to call them, I don't know. I love the fact that all of you have been through a lot of what we're going through. Maybe double that amount, maybe half that amount. Doesn't really matter. Once you're an addict, you're an addict.
Yeah.
And I think the learning. I've been away on holidays with my daughter for 5 weeks. Didn't think about drinking and smoking. Joined at the hip for me. I can't do one without the other. So I haven't thought about a cigarette since I've been here, which I probably won't ever again. And hopefully, that's my plan day by day. But yeah, I think just the fact that you all understand and having the knowledge. So to get back to going away, which I have a few times, travelled with my daughter or been to stay with friends, it's fine not to drink or maybe have 1 glass a night. So, and in that space, I always think I'm fine. Yeah, funny about that. And
Do you
then
know what FINE stands for?
oh,
Fucked up, insecure, neurotic, emotional. I'm
that's
fine.
So beautiful. It's like we're talking about your higher power as part of the 12 steps, and then somebody said, I don't like the reference to God, and they just said it's just a group of drunks or
Group of drunks.
Group
yeah,
of drunks. I think you can make it whatever you like.
Power.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about higher powers is a good thing. I didn't realize there were lots of higher powers acting in my life anyway. So when I go out drinking with my family, when I go out for a meal with my family, I don't drink as much. So in a sense, that's like a higher power, because when I'm with them, I'm more controlled. When I was going out in the early days on dates, I would be a bit more reserved. Unfortunately, later they saw the true alcoholic me, but at first they were like a higher power. Sometimes work can be like a higher power. It's just a power greater than me that is giving a level of control I can't have without that. So I thought that was a really interesting frame on higher power. It's just something that's more powerful than me alone.
I think that's exactly how what I've learned, or that's how my take on it. My sister's got this great saying, God is simply good, and they've just taken out an O. So it can be anything. I mean, it could be a book, it could be a chooks. Yeah, I'm loving learning that. But it's just the whole learning process, you know, to go away and think you've cured because you've been on a lovely trip and didn't drink or smoke. I had not learnt a thing, except that I can not drink and smoke and still enjoy myself. But I
Which
had
is great. A lot of people don't know that.
A lot of people
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. I didn't know that when I first got in.
Right.
And yeah, speaking with one of the guys earlier, everything we do was around drink and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like, how can I enjoy life without a drink? So I didn't have that.
Yeah.
So, but you had that and still wasn't enough for you.
No, because I didn't have the knowledge of how to deal with an addiction, because that's what I have, and it's a disease. I've learned a lot about addiction, but certainly not nearly enough. And I'm 2 weeks in, 2 weeks to go. And then the other fabulous thing about Bali Begins, I'm just going to give you a plug, Howard. I did quite a bit.
Can you give me some hair as well?
Oh, can I?
Sorry, can you?
Yeah, you make you sure. I'm just going to give you some sunscreen. Oh, you're going to England, you don't need it. But is about the aftercare, and that. So I did some research when I was at home about which was the best, you know, rehab to go to, and I like Bali. I'm not a big Bali. I don't come here for holidays, so it wasn't about coming to Bali. It was about the program you have and that aftercare. So having been away, done trips, travelled, gone away with friends on holidays, fine. Get home.
Yeah.
No knowledge, thinking you're fine, and that addiction's so clever. We're learning that. Jesus, it's a clever beast.
Do you want to know something sad? We, with Dr. Terry, who's presenting a fantastic talk at a conference in Jakarta, coming over from Singapore, he's British. We got asked to give a talk. We gave a talk in 2018 or 2019 at a conference, APBAM, Asia Pacific Behavior and Medication Conference, on aftercare, because our aftercare was kind of revolutionary at the time.
That's interesting.
2018. And we were doing one group a week at the time, and that was revolutionary.
That was revolutionary,
Obviously,
yeah.
now we're very extensive and growing. There's more.
Well,
it'll be bigger. You'll get more than you signed up for. You'll have access to more than you signed up for in the coming weeks that we haven't told you or anyone about.
Oh, well, that's even that's like a
bonus.
Yeah, well, a bonus, and you know, those presents that you get that you don't know what's inside them. What's that? I can't think of the name. Anyway, but that's a big thing, Howard. It's a huge thing. Well, and I can only talk about me and what I want, because yeah, sure, I can do the 28 days. Even get some education, and I'm in a, you know, this is the wonderful thing about Bali Beginnings. Yes, you look after us, you push us through learning. You also take us out, like Wednesdays, Saturdays and Sundays. And I haven't even asked you, is that because you want us to be able to be in a normal situation without using?
No. So there's multifacets to it, twofold. It's Wednesday and Saturday and half day Sunday intentionally, because we found, and particularly when I worked at a very staunch rehab in Switzerland, when it was 5 days a week, they were all burnt out.
I was just going to say
the work you do in counselling, the work we do, shame, embarrassment, trauma, etc., really can be really intense and very exhausting. This uses 25% of the calories we consume a day. This little block, our brain.
Is that right?
Yeah,
quarter
of everything we eat.
I'm going to start using more often.
I mean, mine only uses 5%, but it's very small. So you're just not used to doing the work you're doing in here. Who is writing, reading, watching, you know, classes, interactions, level of counselling we do. It's hard work, it's challenging, it's intense. So we learn from watching that and from our past experiences. We actually get more out of 4.5 days than 5 because people are more rested and can engage at a higher level.
Yes.
And that's why we used to replicate our working day Monday to Friday as the average working day. But we actually moved it to a Wednesday, Saturday and a half day Sunday to split up that intensity and give people a breather. So why outside? It's good to enjoy stuff. It's good to connect. Dr. Terry said, we've lost the art of play. And that's why so many people have midlife crises and things similar to that. Because actually, play, enjoying ourselves, especially in drinking, we don't do... You seem like a bit of an exception that you did so many cool things while you were still drinking. I did nothing. I locked myself in a room.
But I wasn't drinking when I did those cool things.
No.
So maybe look, I'm sure I'm very, very lucky, and I haven't had the trauma that some other clients and certainly people we hear about at AA, and that's not saying so therefore I don't have an excuse.
No.
I am an addict. But however you become an addict, at the end of the day, if you are one, then you are one. You can't really get around that just because, I can stop and start and stop and start. And I do know that the fear of stopping, like I have now, and then, taking it up again, thinking that's okay. I've done that with smoking. I've given up for 10 years. And somebody's offered me a cigarette, and I'll just have one.
Yeah.
I have taken it up so much more than I did the last time. Each time I gave up, and apparently it's exactly the same.
It is.
With substance abuse or whatever your poison is, whatever your addiction is, alcohol, drugs, sex, whatever they put it down to,
I've seen
shopping.
people
I don't know.
clean off alcohol for 5 years, and very quickly they went back and beyond where they were 5 years ago after 5 years sober.
And that's what, a
need
lot of
support.
what we're reading and learning is that usually, maybe it's not the same for everybody, but it's pretty typical that if you stop and take it up, it's just that much worse. The next time. Yeah.
And that's why we have a strong aftercare, because some of the work starts when people leave. It's not just in here. This is a great accelerator, great amount of work, great reset, break, lots of things for different things for different people. But the work starts there. The reason we also connect with AA, and there's no obligation to do AA when you leave, we have it here because it tells us how ready people are. Because if I can't convince you to do one thing for 28 days, you're telling me something about your readiness to commit to education, to yoga, to gym, whatever it may be. If I can't get you to do that for 28 days only, what else can you not do? But it's more about, our aftercare at the minute's 2 years. What happens after that? What happens if you need a group of people to hang out with because your circle isn't so helpful, safe at the minute, and we need to connect with people. So it doesn't matter what it is. Our aim is just, we don't want people coming back to rehab.
Yeah.
So if it means trying to connect you to AA and the aftercare, anything, whatever works for you, we just don't want you coming back.
No.
That's our aim.
No, exactly. It's a bit like when if you're unlucky enough to get pulled over for speeding or something by a policeman, you always say, I hope I don't see you again.
Or when I got pulled over, the policeman knocked on the window and said, I recognise you, don't I?
Oh, no!
And he was the one that caught me smoking weed and driving. And then I think drink driving, or was that another one? Luckily, that was literally 20 years ago now.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
So, but yeah, 20 years ago.
Yeah. And I think there's something I want to bring up, whether it's relevant or not. I don't actually think I have a friend in my circle of friends who is an alcoholic. I've known a couple. I didn't avoid them because of that. They just weren't my sort of in my friendship group. A member of my family has an addiction. But one thing I've really loved about being here is that we come from different backgrounds. But do you know what? We have the most amazing thing in common. I have spent the last 2 weeks, and whether it's just because these guys are just so funny, but I've never felt more being in with people that I relate to more. I relate to my friends, but the more alcohol I drank, the less I related to them. Well, the more I avoided them because I was drunk.
The great isolator.
Isolator. But here, these guys are all here because we're all here for the same reason. We've got the greatest common denominator, which is not great. It's just that we do. And it's just been, I literally have I've just loved every second of it, to be really honest. I don't have to say that.
No, and we don't pay you to say
No,
that.
unfortunately I'm not being paid for this.
Although you look like you're aiming to be one of our spokespeople.
I would love to be. I'm hitting you up for a job. But yeah, and look, honestly, because it's the safety of being around people and what I said about being in your tribe and just being able to laugh about it. And we're not normalizing it at all, but we're
But if you've
feeling
been
like
through this,
yeah, it is
we
normal for
have
us.
been through this
Yeah.
though. So what else can we do other than sit and cry about it
Yeah.
forever, or make light of it, or have a little bit of fun with it, poke fun at it, and
I have
just
literally
grow,
laughed, Howard.
you know?
So anybody who's ever thinking about going to rehab, my suggestion would be, please do it. Please do it for yourself. Do it, and
If you're ready to
yeah,
commit.
okay, so
If you're ready to commit.
everything it comes at a cost. So yes, it does cost money to go to rehab. It costs a lot of money to drink. It costs a lot of money to be sick. It costs a lot of money to do whatever we do in life. I'm so happy with myself and the support I've had to put that in the right direction. I'm just loving it, Howard, and I don't have to say that to you, but yeah, look, and then just physically, just where we are, there's gorgeous rooms, we've got a swimming pool, the food is just to die for, everybody is just so nice, and they have full-time medical staff here. You can get up at 3 o'clock in the morning if you, luckily I'm not going through it, but if, somebody was having a bad time with detox or something, there's always somebody here. So it's an incredibly safe place, and Danny's a very good driver.
Danny is.
Anybody who
That
drives
man's
in
a
Bali,
machine.
come on.
Especially a minibus.
We're not only safe in here, we're safe out. Especially a minibus. But no, it's I did look into a few. There is a rehabilitation place in Australia that is very, very similar. A lot of them aren't. A lot of them are completely dissimilar, but it's the aftercare that I think, I can leave here after 28 days, and I personally don't know if I'd trust myself to not have ongoing help. AA will be ongoing help, but
Experience shows it's nowhere near as good. Our
no,
results.
well, the results that I've
So
read,
much
you've got an
better.
80-something%, do you call it success rate? And a lot of other places have down to 20%. So the proof
But
is...
that's partly people who commit to aftercare.
Well, that's
it drops
right.
off
Yeah,
when
you
people
probably don't have to even commit to aftercare. I mean, I guess it...
But part of it is the mindset. A, if you've come to us, we've chosen you.
Yeah.
And B, if you're committing to the aftercare, you're already on a strong foot because your intent's there, your desire's there, just by being selected and selecting and wanting to commit. So, that's another reason why our success rate is high, because we hone and pick people who are ready. If we take someone who's not ready, then they're not going to do the work.
And look, I don't think anything in life is easy, and I mean, it's not.
Choose your struggle.
Yeah, and I think, I guess we have a choice, and learning some skills or learning to even know what an addict is. From my own personal experience, being absolutely, completely drunk. I don't know another word to say it. I don't know how to say it, but, all that gin that I drank and not doing anything, not even having to do anything, is, I can't tell you the hard work. And we talk about it all the time. We talk about, and I've heard it at AA, I mean, just hiding the bottles, hiding the evidence, the deceit. Just going to one bottle shop and then going to another one because you're scared that they'll remember that you bought that bottle of gin yesterday and you've already drunk it. I mean, it is that hard work. And one thing I'm loving, what a lot of people are telling me, particularly through AA, is the sheer relief of not being in deceit anymore and not lying to people.
So much easier telling the truth.
Oh, and people say, it's going to be really hard not being able to enjoy a glass of wine at dinner. Well, I tell you what, it's a hell of a lot fucking harder to deal with what that glass of wine does. I heard a gorgeous thing at AA the other day. This guy said, and this is what I think how it happens, not necessarily for me, but it doesn't matter. It's still similar. Oh, well, that's okay. I just went out for a couple of beers on a Friday night. Just having a couple of beers. Monday morning, he'd smashed the car He didn't know where he was. He was naked in somebody's room. I mean, I know that's an extreme, but that's what it does. Addicts can't deal with alcohol normally.
It doesn't.
We just
I don't argue
can't.
it possibly doesn't serve anyone, but yeah, we can't.
Well, it probably doesn't, but you know, it's that inability to stop, and that's what to me that's what the addiction did to me. It just took away any. I don't know if I ever had. Probably always an addict. I don't know. I haven't done the psychology yet, but maybe I always was. Maybe I was born that way. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But I know what I am. Yeah.
And
Anyway.
that feels like
But-
a really lovely place to wrap up.
Yeah, and thanks, Howard. Thanks for you're part of it, but thanks for creating somewhere like this for us.
Lots of people have created this.
Well, I'm sure they have, but you're one of them.
you.
And I don't know who. Those people aren't here. You can thank them for me.
I will, because they're all better than me.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Yeah. Have they got better skin color, olive skin?
No one's got whiter skin than me. I'm like,
You can have these glasses.
translucent.
Anyway, thanks, Howard, so much. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you.
Thank you.